In Unit 17, Part 2, we're going to finish up with volume. We're doing volume of pyramids and cones. So if you look, the volume of a pyramid and a cone has the exact same formula. So for both of them, it's going to be volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So again, remember, capital B means area of the base. So if you think of this, it makes sense because a pyramid is a third of a prism. Okay, so the square pyramid is about a third of a rectangular prism. The triangular pyramid is about a third of a triangular prism. A cone then, with its circular base, is about a third of a cylinder. So that's where this formula comes from. So let's look at our examples. It says finding the volume of the pyramid. So we have two different types of pyramids. Our first one is a square pyramid. And then our second one is a triangular pyramid. So again, the names describe the base. So when we have our formula, we have capital B, the area of the base. It's just going to be adjusted based on what our base is. So let's look at our first one. We have volume equals 1/3 area of the base times the height. So 1/3, and then our base in this case is a square. So to find the area of a square, we just do side squared, or 4 squared in this case. And then our height, which goes from the point down to the base, is 6. The order of operations tells us to do 4 squared first, which is 16. And then we need to multiply that by 6. So if I wanted to work this out, in my head I could think that I could take 1/3 of 6, and that would give me 2. So I can do 2 times 16. That would give me 32 centimeters. And then we're doing volume, so it's going to be cubed, 32 centimeters cubed. Looking over at our second example, again, we have a pyramid, so it's going to be the same formula. Volume equals 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. But now it's going to be a little bit different because we have a triangle for our base. So this can get a little bit confusing. We have our 1/3, and then the area of our base is going to be 1/2 base times height. So that's 1/2 times 12 is the base of the triangle times 35, which is the height of the triangle. And then h for the height of the prism would be 15. This part dropping from the top of the base. So now we really just need to keep track of everything that we're multiplying. So I have 1/3. Inside these parentheses, I can do 1/2 times 12, which would be 6. So I do 6 times 35, and then times 15. If I wanted all of this as multiplication, so I can do 1/3 of 15, which would be 5. And then I could also keep doing it in whatever order I want. So I could say that 5 times 6 is 30, so I can do 30 times 35. Granted, you could just plug all of this in your calculator and do it that way if you wanted. But no matter which way you do it, your answer should come out to 1,050 feet cubed. And cubed because we're doing area. Sorry, volume. All right, and then scrolling down, we can look at finding the volume of a cone. Again, same formula. Volume equals 1/3 times the area of the base times the height. Now, for a cone, our base is always going to be a circle. So really the only determination you have to make is if they give you the radius or the diameter, because you'll have to go from there. So for our first one, we're going to do 1/3. To find the area of a circle, it's pi r squared. And then we're going to multiply by the height of the cone. So in this case, that's 1/3 times 3.14 times r squared, so that's 9 squared, and then times our height of 40. So volume equals 1/3 times 3.14 times 81, because that's 9 squared times 40. You can plug all of that into your calculator, or when you're doing times 1/3, you're really dividing by 3. But whichever way you decide to do it, you'll wind up with 3,391 yards cubed in volume, so it's cubed. Right, I'm going to leave this second one for you guys to work on. It's the same as that first one. Then on the back side, it says finding the volume of a solid. It says the solid is composed of a cylinder and a cone. Find the volume of the solid around your answer to the nearest whole number. Okay, I'm going to leave this one for you guys to do. So you have a cylinder that you need to find the volume of, and you need to find the volume of that cone. Okay, add the two together, and that'll be your final answer. This bottom one I'm going to walk through with you. It says the solid is a cube with a cone-shaped hole in it. Find the volume of the solid. Round your answer to the nearest whole number. So this cone that's in there is actually cut out. So our solid is the cube with the cone cut out. So we need to start by finding the volume of both. So to find the volume of the cube, that'd be the area of the base times the height. But since it's a cube, that means everything's squared. So really, I'm just doing 14 times 14 times 14 to get the volume of that cube. So when I multiply all those together, I get a volume of 2,744 centimeters cubed. So that's the volume of the cube. Then we also need the volume of the cone. So again, volume equals the area of the base times the height. Our base is a circle, so I'm going to do, 1/3 base times height. So that'd be 1/3 times 3.14 times 3.5 squared, because our base here is pi r squared. And then our height is going to be 14. We see this as 14, which means that's the same right there as 14. Okay, so again, make sure you take care of order of operations, which means that be 3.5 plus 3.5 first, and then you're going to wind up with 180 centimeters cubed. So we have the volume of the cube, we have the volume of the cone, and now we can subtract and get our final answer. So we're going to take the cube and subtract the cone from it, and we'll wind up with 2,564 centimeters. All right, so that's all we got for this unit. Make sure you ask me any questions you have, especially if it's dealing with these 1/3, so I can show you the easiest way to do it.